great to see you, Tim. Tim Bognar is with us. We're glad to have you. You're the project manager for Itron's OpenWay Operations Center. I thought we could start by telling us a little bit about what the center does.
OpenWay Operations Center is Itron's new next generation head end in sort of evolving over time from previous generations collection engines things in head ends to something a little bit more robust, something to help operations teams more efficiently operate. So we'll do things like data collection and data storage, but then go beyond that in look for exception detection, operational reporting, action management, to take it the next step further to help teams manage more efficiently and effectively a large AMI system. Remember, you're talking about millions of endpoints that are deployed out in the field. A lot of things to manage, so we need to use software as best we can to manage that intelligently and efficiently.
How big is the center? How many people work there? It sounds like a 24/7 operation.
It does a little bit from the name. What it actually is, it's a software suite consisting of right now three primary applications, one of which is the product I'm working on, Performance Manager. But it's three separate applications that work together and then bring you from data collection and data management to exception detection and then to action management. So you're collecting data, you're finding problems in your system, and then you're taking the next step to solve those problems in your system. So an end-to-end natural progression from beginning to end.
Great. So utilities that have deployed AMI solutions have built teams to manage those AMI operations, obviously. Can you tell us a little bit about how analytics helps support those teams?
Sure. As I mentioned, you're talking million endpoint systems, so it's not a small venture by any stretch of the imagination, depending on the size of the utility, of course. But after utilities have transformed their business after deploying AMI, they've found themselves, the utilities really are dependent, very dependent, upon the timely and reliable delivery of that data. So much to the point where they've had to stand up and staff these operations teams that sometimes have to have eyes on the system on a 24/7 basis.
Sure.
So how can analytics play a role there? So using the AMI data coming in from meters, from sensors in the field, these operations teams that are staffed up, if they're given the right tools, can look at that data, trend it over time. They can look for meaningful patterns in the data in an effort to try to detect and in some cases even predict where faults would occur in an AMI system. So knowing exactly where those faults can occur, having good real-time situational awareness of the state of the AMI network is absolutely critical when you talk about maintaining SLAs to the business for things like read rates, for things like quick and swift detection of problems and resolution of those things in the system. That's where this all kind of comes together, and that's why it's important and why analytics can play a role.
So I've heard a little bit of what I'm hoping to hear more about from you in this next question to you. Can you tell us a little bit more about the analytic tools that are out there to help AMI operation teams run their systems more efficiently and successfully?
Sure. It's a good question. First and foremost, mapping. When you talk about managing a large network like this, understanding the nature of your network and the state of your network is understanding the geospatial relationship between the endpoints, where they exist, how they relate to one another, and where they are in the system. Data trended over time is another big one. Don't show me just a snapshot of the data right now, but show me that snapshot within the context of a larger historical timeline so that you can see its evolution, so you can see the day-to-day changes and even the season-to-season changes in an AMI network. Operational reporting is another big one. To take that data that you're receiving and either through productized reporting or customized reporting that you build ad hoc, slice and dice that data to try to tell the story of AMI. Finally, automation. If we can detect the faults in the system and even come to predict them, that means that we kind of understand the symptoms, we understand the problems. Let's take the next step and automate, where possible, corrective action. We've got over-the-air communication capabilities to these devices, so let's use that to our advantage and let's try to solve things without having to roll a truck, without even potentially having to get a human being involved. That's where we think the real power is, and these tools are the things that we're looking at as Itron looks to deliver and bring to market this OpenWay Operations Center, specifically the Performance Manager and Action Manager applications.
It's power and cost savings.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tim. Great to talk
Thank
to
you,
you.
Alan.
Thank you.